To Phil Foden, 2 goals in that game today. Most importantly, a 3-0 win for Manchester City. And overall, what did we make of that performance? Right, you go first.
I thought it was very professional. City. I thought Bristol City were very good, intensity-wise. They had a go. They tried to catch them on the break. I thought they messed their opportunities up. Maybe the final third. When they did get them, but I thought City, the way they passed the ball, the way they attacked them, it was relentless from them. And Bristol City would have had to be unbelievable all night to get something off them because they were so brilliant.
Sat in and still be beaten easily. So they've had a go, and all credit to them. They had 1 or 2 chances. Of course, you think they have to get the first goal. City's quality told, particularly the last 20-25 minutes, when obviously they were getting tired physically and mentally. But credit to Bristol, but Man City's quality came through in the end. Very, very efficient performance.
Let's have a look at 2-0. So this was Phil Foden's second goal, and it did take a deflection. Ian, talk us through this. It's gone down as Phil Foden's goal for now.
Well, that's the first thing, and the pass was amazing from Kevin De Bruyne. And when you see it from the other angle, it's not even this angle. Watch this pass first. You know, I mean, we need to. You know, Nathan Ake does very, very well going inside there, but the pass and the weight of the pass and his awareness to put that inside, you know, was fantastic. And then, obviously, when we look at it from this side, you can see that it might even be. Yeah, you might be able to see it might have been missing. Here it is. Here it is. Look, there you go, ladies and gents. Bam. So, but like, you know, the pressure was starting to tell. You know what I mean? You could see they were starting to get tired. You know, Manchester City really stretched.
You'd claim that goal, was you right? You'd
Absolutely
claim that, yeah.
Absolutely, that's Phil Foden's goal.
Checking, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we've got a bit of time as well, I always think it's quite nice to highlight other players that don't necessarily always get a bit of credit. And you want to highlight Nathan Ake and the work that he's done. Seems like a long time ago now that he was signed for Manchester City. But do you think he gets the credit he deserves for his performances?
I think he's starting to get it now because, like, again, he was somebody that when he was signed, it was like, oh, Nathan Ake, to City, is he going to play? And there's a long time where he wasn't playing. He would come in and they'd take him out. And now you look at him and he looks very, very stable over that side, stabilising on that left side for them. And he's getting forward. You know, we see him score goals. He scored goals in the last round against Arsenal to put them through. But, like, we're looking at, again, what Pep does with his players. He brings them in. We think, well, how's that going to work out? And then, you know, maybe a year down the line, bam, they're regulars in the team.
I want to ask you about Kevin De Bruyne because he missed the last couple of games. He was on the bench for the last one, but he has been ill for the last couple. So we get to see him play tonight, and we kind of get to see what he can do on the pitch.
I love watching him. I love watching him live. Again, I think it's the little details he does right in terms of his decision-making, weight of pass. He's obviously got a goal in him. He is world-class, world-class. And some of the stuff we've seen tonight, again, this goal, even Jack does really well here. Just the way the pass is perfect. And this is just pure quality. I said it when we watched it, it's sexy football. Just the way the pass from Jack even. And even this, there was no doubt in my mind when he got in that position, he was going to score. Absolutely. It was like a tap into him. Pure quality. Love watching him.
When you look at that, I guess you look at the Bristol City players and like the way Jack came in made that look easy with he's running at pace and the weight of the pass. But it's them saying, OK, go on and shoot from 25 yards, side foot curl, go on then. And that's what these players can do, and look like they're all backing off of him. You can't do that. You can't do that with a player like Kevin De Bruyne because he'll punish you, even as far as it was, and he could still curl that into the far corner. It's top quality, and that's how they were. That's what they were tonight. They were top quality.
What I enjoy as well is that Kevin De Bruyne will go home, he'll turn on the telly, he'll watch back the highlights, and he'll wonder how Roy Keane described it. And I don't think he would have expected you to say sexy, but here we are.
That's why I found it. Yeah,
it really was, wasn't it?
Yeah, just that bit.
Yeah. I wonder what Pep Guardiola thought of it. Let's hear from now. He's with Gabriel.
Pep, well done. 3-0. How do you sum up your night?
Yeah, good result. Really tough. We scored a goal, but after the last 10-15 minutes after the goal we scored, Bristol show us how good they can be. Impressed for some players that they didn't know them, and but the second half was much better. And after the second goal, and the third game was over.
Yeah, was there a sense of relief getting those 2 goals at the end? Because in previous games, taking those chances sometimes has been an issue.
Yeah, previous games we had more chances than today. We didn't score, and of course 1-0 in everywhere, but especially in this country for the mood, environment. Incredible fans at Bristol. I remember 5 years ago when we came here for semi-final, our first title, our first Carabao Cup. We came here for the semi-final, and the environment was amazing. So I remember perfectly. But yeah, good result. The FA Cup is so nice, and away, whatever you play is difficult, and we behave like we are.
You talked about Phil Foden being your diamond. How much did he sparkle tonight in the way you expect?
Yeah, scored 1 goal last game, 2. His dynamic, his rhythm, and his work ethic, and his quality. You know, football players have an up and downs, and his career always was up. And this season for the World Cup, after World Cup, he struggled a little bit with the ankle, was a little bit down, but now the best part of the season, he's back.
Yeah, he said to us just now, it's been one of the lowest points of his career the last couple of months, I think, since the World Cup with the injury.
Well, I would say that Phil always had a high level since his impact when he arrived with us has been amazing. So it's normal. Important is to be calm, be grounded, and you know, when you work like he works, always football pay off what you do.
And how about Calvin Phillips tonight? He got important minutes. How do you feel he did?
Yeah, definitely. When you don't play quite regularly, play is not easy. But you know, he made 90 minutes, good ones, and good actions, and yeah, it was important for us. He's back.
Well, you're through to another quarter-final in this competition. Now to win it, yeah, to take the next couple of steps in this competition.
Well, yeah, of course. So we are still alive in the 3 competitions. We'll see what happens in the future. Now, yeah, we finish 5 games away with 3 games, 3 days recovery between games. I have been so tough, but the guys respond like they are.
You roll on. Well done.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'll have to watch it back. I ain't seen it, but it'd be nice if you gave it me.
How do you sum up your own form right now, having had these 2 games, 3 goals in the last couple of games? How do you feel it's coming together?
Yeah, I feel much better on my feet. You know, it's not easy sometimes when you play with discomfort in your feet. So I'm feeling 100% fit now and comfortable. So yeah, hopefully I can just come back into the team and help them as much as possible.
Has it been frustrating?
Yeah, definitely. It's been one of my lowest parts of my career, but you know, everyone goes through them, and it's how you react.
That tough? One of the lowest parts of your career? In what sense?
You know, just discomfort in my feet, not playing as much. You know, I love to play football, and when I don't, I'm a bit frustrated. So, yeah, that's how it is.
As a Mancunian, seeing Manchester United go to Wembley at the weekend and win, how important is this competition, going to Wembley in this competition, in addition, of course, to doing one in the others?
Yeah, very important. We haven't won the FA Cup for a while, so it's something we've been speaking about, and we want to go far and try and win it.
And it's building, do you feel? We're going to see the best of Manchester City in the next... You're going to peak in the next few months?
Yeah, the last 2 games have been brilliant, and we look like we're making a step forward, so hopefully we can keep up this form now and finish the season strong.
Well, Phil, well done tonight. 2 goals, a 3-0 win, player of the match.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Here, and so far, Wright, it's been highly entertaining.
Yeah, it has. I think Man City started very well for the favoured team, and I think that Bristol City have been brilliant, just hanging in there and catching them on the break a couple of times, closing them down. They've got to keep that intensity up. They've got to watch out for the switch, but it's been brilliant. Phil Foden has been fantastic today.
Talking of Phil Foden, it was 7 minutes into the game that Manchester City managed to open up Bristol City, and the way they put it all together was pretty...
Yeah, really, listen, very good play, just nice and simple, sharp play, Mahrez into De Bruyne. It's that simple, but the way they do it, Foden, brilliant finish, great ball in by Mahrez. They've got the numbers back, Bristol. When you look at they've got the numbers there, but they just switch off. And you can switch off in the Championship, but here, just a lack of concentration. And you're punished. Great ball back on his so-called weaker foot. Foden then has to, makes it look easy, but it's not. But quality play.
Righty, why isn't that ball easy to control that Foden puts in?
Because it's coming across at pace. He's coming onto it at pace. The ball's coming at pace, so you have to really get that connection right. And he's done it right because you want to get it high into the goal. Obviously, the goalkeeper's going to come across, and the angle is tight. Because it could be an easy one to get wrong, but he's too good.
Bristol City have managed to stay in this game. They've had chances on their own, but do you think they deserved a penalty, Ian?
I thought that it was one that was, if there was VAR, it'd be worth looking at, simply because I think that it's clumsy. I think he's going into the box, and once he gets in there, his arm goes on him, and then it's kind of, you feel like he's there, and then the feet. It's clumsy. It's one of those that could have been given. I think they're very light. It's not much, but enough.
I think his focus should be on getting a shot away. I think his focus is on, I'm looking to win a penalty. Get a shot away. Instead, priorities are all wrong.
We focused a lot on Alex Scott before the game had even kicked off. Was that the right thing to do? Has he impressed you?
Oh, he's been excellent. He's been excellent. Obviously, we've given him a big build-up. We've seen he looks controlled. He's enjoying the company he's up against. He's gone past people. He's like, we were talking about, I know it's been mentioned before, he's like kind of a Jack Grealish. He glides past people. He's got quality. Great watching him live. Lovely.
Yeah. It's just the way he picks up these spaces. Once he gets to these spaces, I mean, this is the problem. This is what you want to get him into. And this is what they've been doing very well. They've been winning the ball in that area and then trying to get him one-on-one, and he's got another shot off there. It's the way they're going to break them down if they're going to do it, and what they're in this game.
Yeah. Can I ask you about Calvin Phillips that he's had?
I think he's done okay. Yeah. I think he showed some glimpses of what he's capable of. There's been some good bits, obviously, we saw earlier in the game here, which probably is not one of his strengths in terms of getting shots or getting goals. But this is a brilliant strike. Yeah. Obviously, listen, you're getting up for hitting the bar. But I think he's done okay.
Yeah, he has. I think that when you look at this, even he could give it back there, but he's gone for the ball what he would go for. That's what you want to do. You want to open him up. It's like, like we were saying, right? I don't mind him doing that. It's probably
this bit.
It's this bit. Yeah, you want to be a bit stronger, don't you?
That's going to be more frustrated with that bit than the first pass, because he's obviously trying something and they get away with it. Obviously, it ends up in, I think, really, really good defending. But Phillips has to do better. And he knows that himself. You can see by the reaction.
I think that he's not done anything that you wouldn't want him to do. He's trying that pass. You know what I mean? Yes, he's got the ball's been taken off him, but that's what Bristol City have to do. They have to put pressure on him.
But Phillips has to do better than okay. He needs to impress.
Coming up very shortly, but in the meantime, it is time for our FA Cup competition with a rather great prize up for grabs. And here is Mark to tell you all about it.